Hello, Cancer. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, Tarot Grand Lux by Chiro Marchetti. Website is Focus, just for fun. There we go. usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you'd like to. Supportive Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Website for this one is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Cool, cool, cool. Fun, fun, fun. Super fun, super fun, super fun. Why not? Alright, let's get some more cards down before I... Okay. So, from what I've seen of Cancers, typically not a fan of change. Typically. I wouldn't say that was always the case. I also want to say that Cancers usually aren't a fan of surprises, but let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. There's a change coming up. Is this? I'm not sure it's a surprise, but is it? I'm not really thinking it is. Is it a surprise? Page of Pentacles, no. And the Empress, no. You kind of feel... I feel like you kind of have a feeling where this is going. There's a change coming. You kind of see it. You probably got the heads up. I feel like for a lot of you, it might have been a few years ago, maybe a few months ago, depending on your situation. Could have been a few months. I feel like a lot of you, it was probably a few years ago. You kind of saw where something was going, but you kind of paced yourself with it and kind of like, well, maybe it can go better than I think. Maybe there'll be developments in the situation that'll go better than it looks. Tried to be hopeful, but as time kept moving forward, things kept moving forward in a certain way. Ironically, whatever it is, it means a lot to you. You're trying to hold it together. You're trying to change the outcome that you see coming. You're trying to be as optimistic as you possibly can. You have a really good attitude. In the sense of like, we can overcome this or this can go better. You're very hopeful. You're doing your best. When I'm getting the sun energy for you, I think you're giving other people hope in a situation that's, I don't know, I feel like there's a change coming. A change that I don't know if you're really open to, but a change is definitely coming. You are very optimistic, trying to be optimistic, which is weird because I'm thinking of Cancers I know, and I almost feel like they would argue with me on that. You're giving other people a reason to have hope. I don't know. I'm wondering, I keep seeing the Sun card. Are you optimistic or are you just helping other people be optimistic? Are you putting forth that energy to try to believe in something so that other people can believe in it? Because it's coming forward. And I'm getting the Fool card with like, it's coming and you know this change is coming. You're trying to be optimistic about how it turns out. You're doing your best. You really are. And you're trying to go forward with that attitude. I feel like you're trying to be there for other people. If I can hold myself together, I think they can too. If I keep it together, I think they can too. If I show that there's a possibility this could go well, or if I just try to focus on the positive, I think other people will too. It has something to do with other people in your positive attitude. You're really trying to do the best you can. I'm just going to roll it here. Three of Cups, that's other people. The Sun card... the Sun card half in, half out. You're trying... The Sun card came up again. You're trying your best. And you're trying to like pull it back and go to the analytical. This is why this can work. You're just trying to keep your... I feel like you're also trying to keep your mind moving. I'm not letting myself settle on the thought. I'm not letting myself dwell on it. Because I don't feel like that's my friend right now. I'm just going to... Whatever I can do in the moment, I'm doing in the moment. This is very interesting energy for Cancer. This is not something I'm typically used to. Again, Cancer, not a fan of change, usually, from what I've seen. But I feel like you're trying to make peace with it and trying to look at the bright side as much as you can. I feel like it is deep down, it is very stressful for you, but it's kind of like it's not anything I can change. Um, it's kind of like, the sun will set. There's nothing I can do to stop the sun from setting. It will set, and it's like that, and it's kind of like it's a beautiful day. I don't want the day to end, but it doesn't matter. The sun will set. And you seem to be very realistic, and I think that's why I'm getting that analytical energy here. Kind of like the sun's going to set whether I like it or not, whether anybody likes it or not. Nobody is going to be able to stop the sun from setting. So it's going to happen, and it does happen. The world comes in with the darkness. This is not like a bad thing. It's just like a moment to where it probably feels bad, just to be fair, because it's kind of like this moment where I don't know. It's kind of like I don't know what's going to happen now. This might be somebody has to go through an operation, just to be fair. I was trying to not say it, but and I know that won't hit for everybody, but for somebody it definitely will. And it's kind of like, from the moment that they are wheeled away from you towards the operating room until you have word that they're out, and even probably until they start really showing signs of healing. So even though, you know what I mean, there's going to be that darkness, kind of like, I don't know. I'm hopeful, but I don't know. Until I'm told otherwise, or unless there's something that goes really unfavorable, I can have hope, but I don't know if I can hold on to that hope until somebody locks it into reality for me, if that makes sense. It's almost like I'm hoping that somebody's going to have a good outcome and be able to walk and live their life the way they want to, but until we've healed enough in the process to we can see that actually start happening, I can't really bank that that's going to happen, at least to some degree. There's this here too. There's a lot of good energy around this. This might be support for some of you. Because I know it's the Two of Cups, but I'm seeing those two hands together, like people, their support with people. People need your support, but people need to support you too. Sometimes that really helps people to be able to support somebody else. So let other people support you too. Let them be there for you, because sometimes that's what they need to build up their own strength, to help them feel strong. So you're going to help people. I just feel like that's a Cancer thing. Cancers are just helpful people. Let people help you too, because you can strengthen them just as much as they can strengthen you. Just keep that in mind. The situation, when it comes out of that darkness, comes out of the world turning, it's going to be a process. The process, I don't think, is going to be as difficult as maybe it was previously considered it would be. So if somebody's coming out of surgery and they're thinking, oh, it might be 6 months before they can really do much, it might be a lot less than that. So I'm like, you know what I mean? When they're saying it might be X amount of time, it may be like half of that, or maybe even a third. And you know what I mean? I'm just saying the healing, if we're going to go that direction, it's better. It's better than expected. The beauty with the Two of Pentacles is telling me it does take some time, but I do feel like it goes better than expected. Once we get past the difficult part, I feel like it takes a life of its own. If we're going to do that surgery thing, the person having the surgery, which for all I know it could be you, I feel like the first part of it seems to go by faster than expected. The second part of it, it's kind of like getting into patterns of self-care that are doable. Just for argument's sake, maybe somebody has to have a dietary change for whatever reason. Make sure that the dietary change, or help them find a dietary change that's realistic. This reminds me of people who they go into these crash diets and they cut all sugar out, no chocolate, no this, no that. I cringe at that, because usually it becomes a build-up and then people snap, and then everything they could never have again becomes the only thing they eat, because they snap. They snap, proverbial snap. Whatever change they're going into, help them create a pattern that's realistic. So my father years ago had heart issues, and there was cholesterol, blah blah blah, and for a time he went cold turkey Nothing with fat, nothing with not nothing. You know what I mean? As low as he could go with everything, and that only lasted so long, and then it boomeranged or snapshotted or snapped to the other side, or you know, went from way too little to way too much. It's kind of like looking at something like that and saying, instead of having no butter ever, having butter once in a while, maybe twice a week, but trying to not overdo it and trying to work it in a way that's not, you know, bringing down the house, but also so it's not making a craving that all of a sudden, you know, somebody's gone 2 months without any butter, and then all of a sudden all they can think about is butter, 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 and then you see them like slathering it out of the tub hand over fist, which may sound odd, but it could happen. When I was very little, for some reason I did that. I think I was 2. I got a tub of butter out of the fridge and I went to town and got sick too. But I don't know. I'll share that. Why not? That's a bad idea. I remember I didn't eat butter for a long time after that. Are we there? I think we're there. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.